Wingardium Leviosa. I guess I didn't say it right. Hey adventurers and wizards, it's Rachel and welcome back to Looking for Adventure Art, and today is our part 2 in our Harry Potter series out of 4 videos. I am so excited about the other 2 videos. Next week will be a really cool DIY matching wand box to put your beautiful wands in, and it looks just like the Ollivander's ones, along with being able to make it light up. And then our final video is how to put all of our wonderful 3 weeks of videos into a Harry Potter canvas that will indeed light up. I am so excited and I cannot wait to show you guys. But first, before I tell you about today's video, I did want to give an awesome shout out to Aaron Gard. He sent me a private Instagram message, and I did ask him if I could say this on my channel, and he said absolutely. But he sent me some really cool photos of the ones that he made based off of our week 1 wand video. So I wanted to show them to you guys here and here. And I think that they look awesome, so great job, Aaron. I am so excited and so proud of you, and thank you for sharing. It means a lot. I love seeing your work. And for any of you guys out there who have also made your own wands or will make wands or make canvas after week 4, please send me all of your photos. I absolutely love to see them and share them with the world because all your work is awesome. So for today's video, I am again doing a DIY Harry Potter wand tutorial. However, I kind of upgraded it, and I think that they look a lot more legit, which makes me happy, because as much as I love chopsticks, they were a little square and they weren't quite long enough, and I think I found a solution to that. So I actually used some knitting needles. Well, you'll guys see in the video, but I think that these are really cool, and we're going to stain some wood and do some really fun stuff with that as well. I totally forgot to mention this in week 1 video, but I was so excited, and it's been on my desk, and as you can see, I have been using it a lot. But this is a Wizardy Buttery Drink Candle from Frostbeard Studios, and they make a ton of really awesome sort of fantasy inspired themed candles, anywhere from the Oxford Library or the Shire or Mad Hatter's Tea Party, or stuff that has to deal with awesome Doctor Who, all of that kind of stuff. They make really cool candles to go with it. So definitely check them out. I will leave a link down below in the description box to their site. It is not a sponsored video. I just think that candles are awesome, and I love to burn them while I am working on the videos and any art project that I'm doing, and this one happens to smell especially delicious. So I'm gonna start burning this candle, and we're gonna get to the tutorial. So to get started, I am just using some bamboo wood knitting needles. The plastic ones will not work. I'm using the larger size is an 8-inch or a 10-inch one, and the smaller ones are some of the smaller double-ended ones. I picked these up at Joann's with a 40% off coupon. But I'm just taking a sanding block and sanding down the coating that is on them, along with trying to get some of the etching out. You can't get it off completely. But I'm going to take some scissors and snip the tip off, and then I'm going to work on sanding that down and kind of rounding it out as well. I think this is what really kind of makes it look like a wand. And then I'm going to take my distress inks. These are my tea dye, my Frayed Burlap, Vintage Photo, Walnut Stain, and I even have a little bit of black soot for later. And I'm just going to kind of dab them and put them all over the wand. You don't have to go all the way to the top, because if you remember, the hot glue or clay will cover it. But I found that dabbing the ink on instead of rubbing it on worked a lot better. This is a black to green gradient one that I did. This one I used some etching tools for scratchboard and kind of scratched it up, made some marks in it. I think it looks really cool and kind of worn. And then this one I actually used rub and buff on, and that was amazing. It worked really well, came out really cool. Don't put on the coating of wax before, or else it will take all of your beautiful distress ink off. You do need to let them sit and kind of soak in for a little bit. If you want, you can of course do it with acrylic paint like we did last week. The Rub and Buff does not need any of this, but I am just using some sort of wax and coating them on. You don't need to use a lot, and then let them sit till they kind of form a haze, and then you can buff them to a shine, and it really kind of helps to seal everything in and make it look really nice and legit. So I'm just going through now and doing the hot glue just like we did last week. So if you haven't seen that video where we use hot glue and clay, go check that out. I will leave a link down in the description box down below, along with a list of all the supplies that I used for this video. I did want to mention though, if you happen to go back and watch that video, maybe don't use the Crayola air dry clay that I used. You might want to use a better quality paper clay. I think that that is kind of what was the downfall with those wands, was it ended up being too stiff and really breaking apart and couldn't handle being molded together. So just something to keep in mind. But, you know, I do love using the hot glue, and for people with kids, you can definitely use a cold glue gun instead. I'm using a simple bead to add onto the top, but I'm going to use it actually as kind of like a support structure for my very top ball of glue. But in one of the other wands, I did happen to still let the beads show. I put 3 on the very, very top, and I will point that out to you at the end. I got tired of waiting for the hot glue to dry because it would take so long. This is sped up by like 8 or 10 times. And I finally got smart, and as you can see in the corner there, I have a bowl of ice water, and if you dip it in for about 4 seconds, it sets it enough for the big globs of hot glue to be cool to the touch on the outside, but warm enough on the inside that you can still actually mold it. And if you dip it in there for about 8 seconds, it completely hardens. So it sped up the process so much. I do want to caution you that even with that coating, you don't really want any of the wood part of the wand, if you can, to be in the water for too long, because it will, on some of them, take off the finish. But this is the fun part now. I am just taking some gold Rub and Buff and just kind of rubbing that all around, trying to get it into all the little nooks and crannies there, which can be a little difficult, but I actually think that this looks super cool. I was obviously putting it on the wand that had the Rub and Buff originally, but wow, this was the easiest thing to do. I wanted to use my black Rub and Buff for a wand, but unfortunately it dried out. So, oh well. But just know that they do come in a lot of different colors, so don't feel limited. But I found that it was really easy. It was actually one of the least messy ways to do this, and it was incredibly fast. And of course, after I put it on and I let it sit, I did then shine it up. Now I am trying out for you guys. I decided to try out some Viva Decor's Inka Gold. This is in Graphite, and that worked really well. But then the silver actually didn't work so well. You can't really tell in the photos, but it was really hard to get into those crevices because it's thicker, and it kind of ended up looking kind of globby. I couldn't shine up the silver one the way I could shine up the graphite one, so it was kind of a pain. But for our last wands, I am going to actually be taking my soft matte gel from Prima and some mica powder. I think this is the rust color. I'll leave everything down below for sure, but I'm just going to mix those two together, and I'm going to take a really fine paintbrush, and I'm just going to actually paint it on the details. So I do this for this wand along with the wand that is sitting next to it, and then the one on the side that has all the little blobs, I'm just going to color in acrylic paint. That is my boyfriend's wand. He requested that I do colorful rainbow blobs, so that's what I did. So that's it, guys, for this video today. This was really, really simple and easy. I'm going to show you guys some reveal shots and a little sneak peek of the sort of wand boxes. And don't forget to stick around for the question of the day and the little bonuses at the end of the video. This is my wand. I love it. I love it in the wand box. I used some beads on top, and of course I did the vining down the bottom. And then this one, I just used some Rub and Buff, and I didn't shine it along with the mica powders. And this is the Rub and Buff wand. I think it looks awesome, so shiny. I also, for this one, used some mica powders mixed in with the soft gel. And then this was our gradient wand, and we used the Viva Decor Graphite, along with just doing all black Distress ink and the silver Viva Decor. And of course, this is my boyfriend's rainbow blobby wand. So I think that they all look great. They look really cool in the wand case. The wand case right now does light up, but you will have to come back next week to check that out. I hope that you guys liked this video. I had so much fun making some more, even more legit Harry Potter wands. Anywhere from my own wand to a wand that's kind of inspired by Hermione's and the simplified version of the Elder wand and Malfoy's wand. I love the black to green gradient. I think that all of these are so great and so much fun. Question of the day. So my question of the day to you guys is, what is your favorite Harry Potter spell? There's so many that I love, and I would love to know what some of your favorite spells are. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for all the daily updates, and if you happen to make any of these awesome wands or anything else on the channel, or even inspired by the channel, or maybe you just want to hit me up and ask me a question, feel free to email me or tag me on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or whatever kind of social media-ness that you guys do. And just remember, every day is a new adventure, so come back on Friday for a new adventure with us. Today is our second video in the pour part. So looking for adventure. I'll probably get sued for singing that.